Today we have a little bit of a controversial one. We're going to be talking about whether Halloween 2 or 2018 was the better sequel to our original Halloween film. First things first, this is obviously my complete opinion. There isn't really a right answer. I'm sure there's one that maybe a majority agrees with, but do let me know your opinions down in the comments below. I'm really interested to hear them, and I probably understand most of the opinions you guys have. I understand why you prefer 2 or 2018. But starting off, Halloween 2, let's face it, it's one of the classics, so it will always be able to stand its ground and have that respect. Halloween 2018 definitely had a little more to prove, I think, in its release, and with the time jump, I think it had to be a little more action-packed and maybe like more, it had to make more of a statement. With the 2, a difference that we do immediately get is obviously in 2018, we go with my preferred route of having Michael and Laurie not be related. You know, that to me gives Halloween 2018 immediately a little bit of an edge. You know, it doesn't win it over for me yet, but yeah, I do prefer the idea of Michael and Laurie not being related and the whole like sibling idea. I also think though, for me, Halloween 2018 coming out more in kind of my era age, I don't really know what to call it, but just around more like, you know, the time when I'm young. I don't have that thing of the nostalgia of Halloween 2 for me. I do remember watching it when I was very young, so in some sense, yeah, I guess it does have a nostalgia of some sort, but I can't get much of it. And with 2018, I found the idea of Michael being around in like my time. I'm not having to look back at like an 80s film, a 90s film, you know, or a really early 2000. Like 2018 was Michael Myers walking around in present day, like he could be here now. So in that sense, it also gave 2018 an upper hand for me. I promise this is not a video shitting on Halloween 2 or me saying how much worse it is compared to 2018. It absolutely isn't. We'll be getting into, you know, what I did like in Halloween 2, I promise. But just going back to 2018, I do prefer the portrayal of Michael in the newer films. I know Dick Warlock is some people's favourite, and I completely get that. It was definitely a performance that I had to kind of appreciate more as I got older. You know, when I was a lot younger, I thought it's too robotic, too slow, and I honestly didn't really like it, whereas, you know, over the last kind of few years, maybe, it's not one that I pick necessarily, but, you know, when it is on, I start to kind of appreciate it and, like, you know, I'll fall into it and enjoy it. But yeah, Dick Warlock was great, but to me, James Dew Courtney, you know, I've sung his praises in multiple previous videos and I'll continue to. He absolutely made the trilogy that we just got. If that was somebody else, it really may not have been even half as good, you know. And if you've watched my videos before, you know my opinion that he actually is my favourite interpretation of the shape. But yeah, I'm not shitting on Halloween 2 at all, or, you know, giving reasons of why it's not as great as 2018 in my opinion, because, you know, one of my favourite Halloween final acts is Halloween 2. That's the best bit of the film for me. You know, as well as that, we get Dr. Loomis, we get Donald Pleasance in his prime, and that's amazing, That's something that, you know, having Donald Pleasance in a Halloween film, you know, it really is crazy how good he was, because when, you know, I do go back and watch the older Halloween films, like, the one consistent thing I can always say is, you know, he shows up. Also, the soundtrack and the scores that we do get in Halloween 2, I really do like them. Obviously, 2018 are of a higher quality, and because they are more present day, they're maybe more appealing to listen to in a film. But Halloween 2's soundtrack is very good for very different reasons. It's very, you know, 80s horror score, and I really do like the theme actually from Halloween 2. You know, since both films were made in different times, the films just really aren't similar at all. So it's hard to compare, because I think 2018 is a better, like, solo movie, like as in you put them two together and just compare it for what it is. You know, I think 2018, there's a lot more going on with it. It's a lot more story driven. And obviously it's going to have that advantage of being, you know, the better quality, because it's a newer film. It's just two different films entirely, but in the same world. It's very weird. But as you can probably tell from this video, I'm going to have to go with 2018 as my favourite. Let me know what you guys do think down in the comments below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.